Hi, everybody. Shane Sauer here with Blue Wing Title Agency with our Real Estate Minute. I'm here today with Lynette Clemens from Keller Williams Sonoran Living Realty, and thanks for coming today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we got some questions for you, so we're going to have a little fun.
Okay.
Want to find out a little bit about who you are, what you've done, where you're going, all that stuff. It'll be fun. So let's get into it right away. How did you first get into real estate, and what drew you into the industry?
So I was going through a divorce actually, and I had three little kids. I had a 5-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 1-year-old. And I was trying to figure out something that I could do and still be a mom. And I just went into real estate. I had no idea anything about it.
Really?
But it was really awesome. I was Rookie of the Year first year, and I was able to take my kids with me a lot of times. So they would go with me with buyers, and I had them in the car, and I could juggle both, and it seemed to work out pretty well.
That's awesome. Did you have a mentor or a person who shaped how your business is today?
I actually think I had a few, but if I look back, so when I was hired, I worked for Keller Williams Legacy One, and the owner at the time was Linda Bechtel, and then her daughter took over shortly after. Her daughter Allison Bechtel was our owner for several years, and she brought so much knowledge, so much kindness, and so much integrity to what we do. She was always a leader. She still is a leader in the industry of just women leaders, and so I learned a lot from her.
And when did you get into the industry? How long have you been doing it?
22 years.
Really?
22 years.
Goes back, doesn't
It does. Some days it feels like 22 years in one day.
it? Absolutely. What is a transaction or deal that really stands out to you, and why?
Oh my goodness, we've had so many over the years, but I guess I'd have to go back to my very first listing. It was actually my third transaction. I had 2 buyers, and then I had my first listing, and her little girl was sick. Their little girl was sick. She had something called Sanfilippo syndrome, and they actually found an experimental treatment for that. It was something where they'd take stem cells and use it to help her out. She was going to lose her ability to see, to hear, to speak, and to walk, and then she probably wouldn't have lived very long. And so I actually was their realtor at the time, and they called me and told me about this, and the insurance wasn't going to cover it. So they were asking for prayers, and I was sitting there and I said, well, let's see what we can do. So I started calling my friends. I said, I only had 83 people in my phone at that point. And I said, you each need to call 5 people. They did. And we ended up with, on September 11th, 2004, a car wash at Higley High School, because we had to raise $600,000. And we only had 4 months to do it. So that first car wash, we raised $32,000. And then from there, we just kept going and going and going. And it was a lot of work, a lot of time, but we did it. We raised $600,000. There's a school in Gilbert on Warner. It's on Warner and Gilbert Road, basically, and it's called Life Lawrence Institute for Education. And that school is now the second largest nonprofit in Arizona. And Lauren is still alive. And so that was pretty special. Actually, I just went to lunch with her mom yesterday. So
That's amazing. Most real estate agents I know could write a book on their experiences, and that right there is a story in itself.
that was an incredible experience. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Now I've helped her son buy a house. So 20 years later.
Another great thing, because you work with families and they grow and they grow up and they buy houses and then
Right.
the kids buy, and
Right.
you need to get to see all that. What does integrity mean to you in real estate?
Well, obviously, integrity is doing the right thing when no one's watching. And I think when it comes to real estate, like, you are supposed to put your clients first. I think they want you to tell them the truth, right? Even if it's not great news, they want to know that you're in their corner and that you're doing the right thing for them, whether or not they're there, and that you're going to be honest with them.
Yeah, sometimes it's not a popular thing to be honest with them either, but
Well, even with the other agents, right? We want to be honest with everybody. So I
right.
think sometimes we're very kind on my team. I think we're kind. And I think sometimes people think of kindness as a weakness, but really it's a strength, right? It's much easier to get angry or to lash out. It's a lot harder sometimes, especially when it's happening to you, to be kind still in those situations. And so I think we bring that to our clients.
Absolutely. Well, on that, let me piggyback on that for a minute. Do you prefer, I know some agents prefer to work with sellers or buyers. Do you do you have a preference? Or is it pretty much 50-50?
I think it's 50-50.
Okay.
I think it's fun to go out, and especially with first-time home buyers, and get excited with them and the dream that they have for their future. That's always fun. And then on the listing side, I think it's sometimes more serious. It's not as fun maybe to sell as it is to buy. Because a lot of times you're dealing with, you're either upsizing or you're downsizing. Something's changing in your life, right? That's really making you have to move. Because people don't necessarily always want to move. There's usually a reason you're moving for a job or something, a divorce sometimes, or a death. So in those situations, a lot of times, especially in 2020, when COVID was here, people couldn't be here and their families were here. So if there was something that they were asking us to help them with, we became part of their family. We were literally involved in a lot of that. So I think it's important to have someone that you trust, whether you're buying or selling, and I think it's fun to do both.
It's a different energy, right?
It definitely is. Whole different thought. Yes.
So let me ask you this, and this is getting in there a little bit, but how do you balance making money with genuinely serving your clients?
So the making money part, I think, comes because you do what you're supposed to do, right? So I think it's a daily thing. I always tell my team the things that you're doing in real estate, it's like if you're going to the gym. If you do them every day and you can tell the results. And if you don't, you say maybe you just have your gym membership or you have your real estate license, but you're not doing it every day.
Yes.
You can see the results. So for me, it's the money comes because what we do it consistently. And that means talking to people, sponsoring different events, being out there in the community as much as we can, giving back as much as we can, volunteering everywhere that we can. So, and I think that just brings the business.
Yeah, I agree. What's your current take on the Arizona market, and where do you see things heading? That's a tricky question, right?
It is tricky. No one has a crystal ball. This year has been much better than last year.
Okay.
Last year was not great for, I think, a lot of people. But the interest rates seem to be holding, and I think the people that were waiting to see if they were going to go down are still, that need to move, we're still moving. So this year we've done several transactions, and I think that's going to continue into the fall. We see a lot of people still moving here, so that's great. We have a lot of new businesses coming, and so I think that's still bringing the business. And of course, we have water issues, and that's something that we're still working on. But I think we've got a lot of committees working on that. But I don't see us having another really downturn like we had a few years ago.
It's an interesting time with interest rates and all that stuff. Really, people just I think they're starting to get used to the fact that rates are just here.
A little higher. Sellers have to get used to maybe giving a little bit more towards concessions for a buyer. We always have to let them know that might happen. And prices have adjusted a little bit. So we're definitely a little less. I had one house that we went to talk to them in 22 that we were going to list it $450. And this year when we went back, it was worth about $375.
Really?
So we are seeing that the prices are adjusting a little lower, which helps buyers, right? So if buyers are trying to get in, there's a lot of houses now under 400 and even several under 300. We didn't have that a couple years ago.
Which is great. Everything got so elevated during COVID, right? Everything just went way up, and now it's easing down a little bit, which is crazy.
Some of the houses we were looking at were almost doubled from 2020 till now. Crazy.
Okay, what is your vision for your business in the next 3 to 5 years?
So I have the team Arizona Value Builders, and we have 4 new agents that are going to be joining the team shortly. And I think what's really cool about my team is I don't recruit to my team. It seems like the people that come to my team they've worked with us before. Somehow they know us, and so they're asking to be on the team. So I say it's like attraction rather than promotion. And they are all incredible people, and I just want to serve more families. I think our goal has been 100 families, and it sounds like we're going to be able to do that by next year. So we're almost going to hit it this year. And so that's my goal, is to just the people on my team, to give them the best life and help as many families as we can in Arizona.
That's awesome. Okay, I'm going to run these off. These are my rapid fire questions. Okay. So this is going to be all about Lynette.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Beatles or Stones?
Beatles.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
What's your favorite restaurant in the Southeast Valley?
Cooper's Hawk. I love Cooper's Hawk.
What's one thing on your bucket list?
Well, I hit most of my things on my bucket list. So I guess and this is crazy because it's going back to real estate, but I want to hit that 100. I want to hit that 100 families. That's on my bucket list, and I want to do that.
Awesome. Well, Lynette, it's been a pleasure to have you on. Any last words for everybody out there?
If you are looking for a real estate team to help you with any of your real estate needs, whether you're moving up or moving down or moving across the valley, just give us a call. We'll help you.